Winter is coming. Winter is coming.
Good morning, good afternoon, good day. So listen, tryouts are coming up really soon, and I help out and coach with a few different programs. So I'll be attending and helping out and working a lot of tryouts. And unfortunately, everyone's not going to make the team, or everyone's not going to make the team that they tried out for. No. But with that in mind, before many of you parents fix your faces to say things to the coaches about why a son or daughter didn't make the team, and this goes beyond me. This goes for all my fellow colleagues in the profession, right? In this fraternity of coaching. Before you fix your face to ask those questions, I want you to ask yourself these questions. How many times did your son go out and take 100, 200, 300 shots unprompted by himself? How many times did he go outside and run 1 to 2, 3, or 4 or 5 miles a day? How often was he doing his push-ups, his sprints, his squats, his lunges, his planks, jumping rope? Did you have a game plan for this summer? Like, okay, we're going to do this week, and we're going to do this next week. Did he have a notebook where he documented what he did each day? Did he make a deposit every day into his game to make himself better? Did he watch film and study film on himself to see how his mechanics may have been flawed, the mistakes he was making in games, the bad reads he was making in games? Did you do any of the following? So before you fix your face, and I'm being respectful, it's the same tone we talk, same face I'm going to have. If I get approached, I'm going to ask you these questions. I need you to ask yourself these questions. Did your son really put in the work to make this team? And unfortunately, there are some kids who did get better, who did improve, who did work on their game, and they just didn't do enough or have enough time or make enough progress to catch up with kids who are already better than them or more advanced than them or more far along. And that's okay, especially if you're in middle school, because around the ages of 15 to 17 is where we see the separation, or we see guys catching up because some players are better because they're bigger, stronger, faster, taller, more coordinated, more athletic. And around 15 to 17, we kind of see those advantages some players have start to disappear. And I'll talk about that in more detail in another video. I don't want to get too sidetracked. So if you're in middle school, if you don't make a team, that's fine. You have plenty of basketball left. Continue to work. Continue to run your race. All right? And understand what your weaknesses are, right? Once again, did your son work on their weaknesses? If they're not a good jump shooter, did they work on that? If their ball handling is not strong, did they work on that? If their defense is not strong, did they work on that? Right? If they don't go well to their left, did they work on that? If they don't go well to their right, did they work on that? They're not good at changing speeds, playing with pace. Did they work on that? Did they only work out when they saw their trainer, or did they go outside to the park or the gym and do it themselves? How many hours of basketball did they play every day? And I'm not talking about when they have games and leagues or in tournaments, like just going to the park, to the gym, and just playing, right? All these things have impact on your development. So if you weren't putting in the work, why do you expect to be rewarded? And that seems to be a common thread in the basketball community right now. Everyone wants things, but no one wants to work for them. They just feel entitled to them. And that's not how this thing works. Never has and never will. And all the players who may be more advanced than your son, I'm pretty sure they're doing the things that I said. Tell me how I would know. So with that being said, before you approach or attack or complain to an athletic director, to a coach about your child not making the team, I want you to sit here and ask yourself these questions. And if you can't answer them, then you have your answer. Have a good day. Like I said, this was made out of love, not hate, trying to educate, trying to help. And it's only going to help those who are willing to accept it. And as I said before, some players did get better. They did improve. They did make progression and growth in their game. They just have so much more to make. So continue to work, run your own race. right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. Just because you're not winning right now doesn't mean you will never get in the lead. And just because you're in the lead right now doesn't mean people behind you won't catch up. Continue to run your race. Continue to look forward. Talk to you later.